Tetap kalenjin tesetai tetap Kass Mashinani ole tesetai eng inguni tuyet eng kwenutap kibagenge notok pa Public Service Commission ak directors chebo kampunishek cheterter chebo serikali eng takchinetab keker kele akimuch kesuldae boisiet eng oret neititaat ak netagunot koboto kora kokoitoetab boisionik eng oret neititaat. Ngekuschi kong.
Well-managed workforce in the success of a business. And our business here is public service in Kenya. HR, as the function responsible for managing people, plays a crucial role in ensuring that that right talent is acquired, developed, and retained. Thank you all for listening to me, and may God bless you all, and may God bless Kenya.
Thank you very much, PS. PS, according to our cadre management, the human resource directors are under your watch.
And the Secretariat of the Public Service Commission and all gathered here, heads of HR. A very good morning. Good morning once again. I know we were here last in September. That's 8 months ago. It's too long. And here we are again. But today's meeting is going to be different. I'm not going to be a bit harsh like I was last year, because we always say water has passed under the bridge, and we are reborn and renewed again. I believe so. So today's meeting, and I'm not going to take a lot of time because the program is already jumbled up, and I always like sticking to the program. It's going to be more consultative and engaging. And if you look at the program, there are more plenary sessions after the presentation. And again, today we go all the way up to an afternoon session. Why we did this in agreement with the commissioners is to give you time as heads of HR to engage more robustly and more interactively and more intensely with us as the commissioners. And this new commission who came in January have already been introduced to you. They've done their 90 days. They've done a commendable work. Most of you have interacted with them before. They are equal to the task. They've been in public service before, and they have served the public service with dignity and with honor. So interact with them. And there are quite a number of cross-cutting issues. There are quite a number of recurring burning issues, which I know you are going to ask. Let's ask them and ask the whys and the why nots from you. That's why we have more plenary session. And from this team also, you'll get questions asked of you. Why this? Why that? Why are you not doing this? Why are you not doing your job? All of you, the positions you have reached as heads of HR, and positions are equal to the task. And why I say so is because we need to change the narrative. And this morning, very briefly, I'm going to tell you what has been done in this third quarter of this year before we get the third quarter and what will happen in the fourth quarter. before I talk about briefly what Professor Noura touched on, and it's an issue and a subject I discussed with the PS Jane when she came to see me this week. And it's about the future of our workforce and the culture of our workforce. The commissioners will give presentations, ask of them all the questions that need to be asked. And most importantly, ask them why you are not in T and why you should be in T. Today they are ready to answer that. Are we together? Or you, for that matter. And they'll tell you why you are going to be maybe in T, or why you should not be in T, and maybe why you should go back maybe to R, some of you. That's on a light touch. But some quick points on the third quarter, January 1 to March 30th, and including April and May. What the Commission has done. The Commission has recruited 109 candidates and recommended to the PS for nomination as principal secretaries. One of us is sitting right here. And we don't have any pending recruitment for the year 2024. Any pending recruitment is for the year 2025. We've done organization structures and staff establishments for 25 MDAs which have been approved. I know there are some new state departments that were established. We have not received the executive order of reorganizing government. So that will be done, and maybe some of you will be the new heads of HR for the new state departments. We have onboarded 3,105 young graduates under the cohort 7 of the public service internship program. And we have published a report on the status of the public service compliance with values and principles in Articles 10 and 232 of the Constitution, with proposals to respective public institutions, the Executive and the National Assembly. You are part of this exercise. You are well aware of that. We also have the Affirmative Action Regulations 2025, which have been published and are undergoing public participation. I encourage you, I don't know whether the participation is over, is it, Jackie? I do hope that you give your views to this. And we are in the final stages of developing a new strategic plan for the period 2025-2031 and a service charter. Now that is the one that is going to drive this new team here, who will be in office up to 2031. I'll take half of the cherry from that strategic plan, as I'm 3 years and a few months into my tenure, and I should be exiting after another 3 years. And we, and this is important, heads of HR, have institutionalized an annual recruitment plan whereby all MDAs will be required to submit their annual recruitment plans to the Commission by 1st July of every year, starting this year, to enable development of an annual recruitment calendar. You already have the P's in your budget for the staff you want to onboard for the next financial year. So I don't think this would be a problem. So let's have what you need to do with that PE by mid-June. A circular will be issued shortly on this issue. And we have concluded the review of the Human Resource and Policies Manual and the pending appeals emanating from the now concluded succession management exercise. Succession management has been concluded. It's over. Pending very burning appeals. Please do your job. If people have performed well and they have done their share in their certain grade, please bring them if they have to be promoted on time. We are not going to do succession management again. This issue will be fleshed out more by the commissioner in charge of terms and conditions, and that's the Commissioner, Dr. Francis Owino. Now, I said I was going to talk about the future of our workforce. And the PS and I had a discussion on the support that this Kenya School of Government has received from the UNDP, the United Nations, and set up artificial intelligence labs here. Fellow colleagues, artificial intelligence is here with us. And it's here to stay, and we better be prepared for it. Otherwise, we will be caught napping. I'll share a small story about a friend of mine who about a month ago, and this is a person I know, contracted a university student to do a research and gave her 2 weeks to accomplish this task. A week later, this friend of mine, as she was waiting for this research to be completed, she was on phone with a friend of ours and a colleague working in the diaspora. And she did mention the research she was doing and the kind of person she had given the research, a university student. And the friend put her on hold for about 10 minutes and told her, just hold on. And while she was on hold, the research query that she had given her, she put it into her AI tool. This is a friend from the diaspora. And voila, what happened? Within 10 minutes, the AI tool had produced the data that the university student was going to spend 2 weeks trying to get from the internet with 10 times more detail and refinement. Are you together? Still on the same subject, Microsoft last week announced a 3% cut on its.
Ketesetai ko gotina kasarta ne committee nebo mbarenik ak ribetab timwek eng National Assembly nebo kwal tebutik kobun meng'ikab Koibem eng kot neking'ate ng'atutik nebo Emgwen ole komwa meng'ichoto kole tomo konai amune asitomo komeng'is quatas kenyisiek 29 kotomo konyor title deeds nga kikakikoito samet eng serikalitab emoni.
Tutakaa nyumbani. Mweze kubarikiwa, karibuni sana. Afanikiwa kwa kasi ambayo tumengojea miaka mingi. Mimi niko baba, wazazi wote wamekuja siku ya leo.
This is a national disaster. We deserve this title deeds like tomorrow morning. Why do I say this? Ukitaka kufanya maendeleo hapa unaogopa. Manake hili ni shamba la serikali. Nimesema wazee walidanganywa. Muna gazeti ilikuwa forest, muna gazeti kwa forest where we were owning legally, surely. And then penye
Kipendi agenge ngagenge genyorune ki Prime Minister Raila Odinga ole tesetai nguni kongololi ak sirikab logoiwek eng taonitab Nairobi.
We dwell in unity, peace and liberty, plenty be found within our borders. Now the plenty that have not been found, that plenty must be created by the people of Kenya. And the Constitution needs to enable Kenyans to achieve that objectives in the vision. So there have been teething problems in the House, and these are not unique to our country. You find similar issues in other countries as well. Now, we can manage them, we can manage the challenges that we are facing so that our country moves forward. I've been saying that Kenya has a long way to go. And I give an example that at independence in 1963, there are 3 countries whose economies were almost at par: Kenya, Ghana, and South Korea. In terms of major economic indicators, that is, in terms of the GDP, in terms of population, in terms of per capita income, in terms of literacy levels, in terms of provision of basic services, Kenya was equivalent to those countries. 62 years later, Korea's economy is over 40 times bigger than that of Kenya. You ask yourself, when did the rain begin to beat us? What did the Koreans do right that we got wrong? If you answer that question, then you are on the way to finding a solution to our problem. I think that it is still possible for Kenya to leapfrog and catch up with other countries. Now we have got new tools, artificial intelligence tools that can help us using our young population to sprint and catch up with those other countries. You know that our society here is young, just like the entire African continent. Or a Kass. If we don't empower these youth, then they become a drag on the society. They become drunkards, drug addicts, criminals. But if we empower them, impart requisite knowledge on our youth, then they become a source for wealth creation. But what's important is to have a governance structure that works. Parliament is one of the 3 institutions in our country. The executive, the judiciary, and the others. Parliament represents the and Parliament makes the laws of the country. And Parliament also allocates resources in our country under the new constitutional dispensation. Senate need to play its role, just as the National Assembly also has its role to play. You know, we have got countries with a similar constitutional structure, and it works very well. So we'd like to see our Senate work just like the Senate of the United States of America is working. And give it proper powers and responsibilities. Yes. The same thing. So the National Assembly has also its sphere. And we say the National Assembly should do its work. And together, both National Assembly and the Senate form the Parliament. And Parliament's role is to represent, to legislate, and to oversight. The 3 functions are very important. The executive uses the laws that are passed by Parliament to govern the country. The judiciary interprets it. This is how we want it to be. I've shared with the senators here our historical journey. Country from 1963 all through the 60s to 70s to 90s and the new millennium. It has been a journey, but we still have a long way to go. Together we can succeed, and together we shall succeed. You have no option. I thank you.
Thank you.
Any questions? No. Then we're good.
Asanteni. Thank you.
Baba, we need a picture with you here. You and senators. Just here.
Who is taking
Natakungalale tab negi Prime Minister Raila Odinga negangalali eng Senate legamite ak senators chebo imoni. Kitise taigo gatuna sartana committee ne bambarenik agribet tab timwek eng National Assembly ne bagwal teputik amengi gap koibem eng god ne ngate ngatutik ne ba emgwin ole ko mamengi chato kole tomo gona amune asito magomengisie arangomengis quarters tegi Tikomengis eng kenyisiek 26 kotomo konyor title deeds eng nekaigaita anan kigaita samit icheket eng serikali kobate tomo konyor agoi nguni.
Tutakaa nyumbani. Mweze kubarikiwa, karibuni sana. Afanikiwa kwa kasi ambayo tumengojea miaka mingi. Mimi niko ambao wazazi wote wamekuja siku ya leo.
This is a national disaster. We deserve this title deeds like tomorrow morning. Why do I say this? Ukitaka kufanya maendeleo hapa unaogopa. Manake hili ni shamba la serikali. Nimesema wazee walidanganywa. Muna gazeti ilikuwa forest, muna gazeti kwa forest where we were owning legally, surely. And then penye mnatuleta sasa ni forest yenu bado.
Kuanzia hiyo mwaka wa 1999 tumekuwa hapa kupewa mashamba yetu. That was August 1999. Tarehe 26 tulianzia pale Yala, watu wakapewa, siku ikaisha. 27th of August 1999. Wengine wakapewa kufika pale. Tulikaa tukiona, tukiambiwa ni haki, na serikali ikisema kitu tunatii na tunakubali itatufanyika hivyo.
So where is this 186 hectares of public utility? Because what these people gave us a breakdown is so little. They have an hectare, 2 hectares, 1 hectare, 2 hectares, and it's not adding up to even 20 hectares. Tutaifuatilia mpaka Koibem wapate title zao. Kama kuna kitu rahisi, it is this one. It's a matter of just replacing forest and the land. Na mukwa mnaomba, mulikuwa na shamba kwa mlima huko. Honestly, you had your land and titles. It is the government that is supposed to be sorry. And certainly you as Koibem people. Lakini kwa sababu tunapenda rais wetu, na ni kwa wakati wake ambapo hii kamati imekuja kwa ground kwa Koibem. Na umesikia Chief Conservator leo amesema kesho asubuhi ataandika barua. Kama walikuwa wamesahau atawakumbusha.
So it is a government initiative that everyone that is a rightful owner of a particular place must be settled and issued with a title deed. Sindio? Hawa ni kina nani ambao wanataka kumiliki hiyo ardhi ya extra 300 acres ambayo imechelewesha watu wa Koibem na Ngere kupata title deed zao? Kama hawa watu wawili, watatu, wanne ambao wamesababisha the rest of the hundreds, hata thousands of people kutopata title deeds. Hiyo haiwezekani. Ama namna gani? Hiyo haiwezekani. If you know umechukua shamba ya mtu yeyote ile illegally, please lazima urudishe, usarenda kabla hii mkono ya sheria ikufikie. Ama namna gani?
Tinda kamang'unet kibagengeitab Kenya Tourism Board kolany kaitetab kiprutoinik cherutechin emetab Kenya eng kaitetab kebeberta 27 eng bogol kobun emotinwekab sang. Kabit nitok eng kasarta nekokotestai kosuldae tetutik chebo kakimitetab tajetab kiprutoinik kibagengeit notok teleljin tajetab kiprutoinik eng emet.
Uganda is our second highest source market after the US. Our target this year is to grow the market by 27% so that we can attract more than 300,000 Ugandans into Kenya. We are positioning ourselves well for the Ugandans by making Kenya a favorable destination that has value for money. We want to make it a very memorable destination for weddings and honeymoon, for meetings, exhibitions, for retreats, for sports, and we even saw this during the WRC. From the region, we welcomed about 33,000 enthusiasts. Majority were from Uganda, and therefore this is a very significant market for us. We will continue diversifying and improving and cementing our products so that we attract more people to come from the region. We do know that Kenya is also well positioned as a shopping destination. We have many malls that have what you will find in other jurisdictions, and therefore it is becoming a preferred tourism or shopping experience. One of the important enablers for tourism to thrive in Kenya and to facilitate the visitors from Uganda is in terms of infrastructure. Happy to note that we have about 6 daily flights. Kenya Airways has 4 flights from Nairobi to Kampala, and also Air Uganda has 2 flights. That is a huge market. We also continue to improve on the road network because of the good connectivity. And we know that the government plans to even extend SGR all the way to Malaba. That is also in the plan. The youth are also an integral part of tourism. We have a youth that is energetic, that is tech-savvy, innovative, and they are literate even in English language. We need to tap into their talents so that they can help us promote tourism. We know that every young person we have is an open billboard, and we need to put them together, so we work with them. We have had various programs, capacity building through our tourism fund. We also have a revolving fund for those who are training in hospitality sector. We are soon coming up with a youth in tourism and conservation hub so that we can harness their innovation, their creativity, their AI abilities in order to enhance the products that we have for tourism. And therefore, we welcome the youth. We are already working with a number of creatives. We continue to encourage them to work with us so that we can promote tourism in our country.
Kagomwa rubatab director nebo culture and gender eng emoni Julius Manzi kole kokonde serikali kobun ministry notok tetutik chebo keker kele kakinapta bitoshekab keny anan culture koret agenge nebo ketoret eng kanetishetab tugukab keny kobun tienwogik eng kwenutab tuguk alak chebendi kotoreti ebinwek chebwone.
Eng igorta nekakiboibochin atepto ak bitonwekab keny eng sukulitab barak nebo Koitalel Samoei nemitei eng Mosoriot komwa alake eng mengikab kaunti nebo Nandi kondochin nebo ngecheret eng maendeleo ya wanawake eng kaunti nebo Nandi Sara Koskei kole kikometo biik atebenwa nebo keny akonam ateboshek chebo chumbek.
Kingoit anyun somanet akoit ngalekab Mungu yekamwa ko kingetyo sigikyok koker ngalekab kipkaa chechang kou tengek, lakini amache alechi bikyok matengek amu kimite etan, lechi lakwa etan ki makararan, ako ngiyai kouni kobitu ngoki kouni, ako takomi kounotok takobitu tuguchotok. Kimeche kelechi lagokyok kinet atya konai lagok kole kikir mite kii nekekirei nemachamdaat keyai amu ngeyai kosube bich ko noto ikere kokotebiot lagok ngatebet nesamis nenyoru makoywechi.
Kikobetyo bikyok, kikoutye kutit, kikoutyo atebet nekibo keny nekibo culture. Ara betutab rani kakibwa asikibwotchigei tuguk chenyolu keyai ko ki culture nebo Nandi. Ole kimingtoi biik keny Nandiek ak terikek, kiune atebeng'wa, kiune kalokset, kiune kot nekikiminye. Ara kokilas ngibwat eng betutab ra asikikochi chepkondok chekaikai eng county assembly asakobit kotestai kiboru culture eng betusiek chebwone kou nito.
Kasom Councilor David Sulo serikali kotabonchi chepkondok department nebo culture asikomuch koityi biik chemengechen ak ketoi kanetisiet asimabet atebetab bororietab Nandi koboto kutit kina.
Ako lani ole ngololdo lagok kikase kolen chela, nekatalen chelagat kole chela kakobet korok chelagat chepkemboi makongen akot kipkemboi ole kisirtoi kosire tuguk alak lagok sikole kikeib lukuit kitai kemeche kemwochi serikali nebo barak nebo Arap Ruto kemwochi MPs chokot koseta ng'atutik kikochi rabinik masta nebo culture ak kisochi ak chebo Nandi culture chebo Nandi county government yomite culture nenyonet kou nabongonyinigei ak biik chok chebo Talai olin alen meche keyai nebo Talai cultural day anan ko nebo Nandit koitele somoe cultural day ko mutai kotindoi chepkondok cheimuch kotoretegei ak kinete bichu hasa missing kikochi boisiek chetokomi nguno chekinetis missing ko chetokomi barak sai ko sawichek.
Eng kasarata komwa assistant director nebo culture eng ministry nebo gender culture and social welfare Julius Mansi kole tesetai serikali kokimiti sekta inotok asikimuch kiyapta bitonwekab keny koityi biik chemengechen ole kamwa deputy governor nebo county nebo Nandi Dr. Yulita Mitei kole nyolu kowekchigei biik atebosiekab keny asikekirinda yautik chemanyolu chekoketestai keborionchi eng kwenutab biikab county nebo Nandi bororietab Kalenjin.
An environment for our creatives and our cultural practitioners to be able to do their work, whatever they do, in a more secure environment. The National Culture and Heritage Policy is one of the policies that is in place to promote culture and creativity in our country. With regard to legislative framework, currently the State Department is developing the National Culture Bill, which will also be able to guide the sector in terms of how do we implement culture and heritage.
Niwacha utamaduni zetu zitulete pamoja, tudumishe amani na tuchunge matamshi yetu. Tusichome taifa letu kupitia kwa matamshi yetu. Tafadhali wa Kenya wenzangu, tuchunge matamshi yetu. We have one country.
Kongete taunitab Kapsabet eng county nebo Nandi logoiwekab emet chebo Kass, kainenyu ko Cornelius Keter.
Kaitchi koshinet benkitab Diamond Trust Bank eng kibagenge ak kampunitap Safaricom nebo kolumda tetutietab Taasitil loans ole takchingei konganapta chemung'arainik chemengechen and small and medium enterprises.
Today we unveil revamped M-Pesa business credit propositions, as Esther has said, that seeks to empower micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises by giving them access to credit. Usage or people joining, you know that the product is actually beneficial. And that is just being able to separate your personal wallet from a business wallet, which means that when we add all these other products, which we are going to be talking to this morning, it will make a big difference. And in that way, they will be able to offset both the costs that they incur, but also be able to have a return that will show that their money is not idle. So the goal is to build financially healthy Kenya by providing a full suite of financial services solutions.
Today is an exciting day for us as Diamond Trust Bank. I mean, we are launching the Taasi business loan, which is in partnership with Safaricom. And this product is targeted at the MSMEs. And as you know, SMEs are the backbone of our economy. We are talking about 7 million of SMEs in the country. And one of the key challenges that SMEs have faced in the country is really access to credit. And today we have launched a product that is going to address that challenge. And It's a 14-day facility that allows customers to borrow from around 1,000 shillings up to 500,000 for 14 days. And this, we do believe, is a convenient product that will allow SMEs to expand and grow their businesses, and of course, finally bring around financial inclusion. Importantly, it's about impact. If you look at this product is about impact. So it is really targeted at purpose-based lending, where we know you are in business, we know you want working capital, we know you want to buy your stock, then you can actually take a TAASI loan through DTB in partnership with Safaricom. And we are excited about it. We've been running a pilot for the last 3 or so months, and we've onboarded almost 23,000 merchants and disbursed over 100 million at the pilot phase. So clearly it indicates that there is a need for such a product in the market by virtue of the uptake we've seen at pilot level, and we do hope that in the coming weeks and months we're going to scale up this product. Of course, as we scale up, we also want to educate our customers, particularly the MSMEs, on financial inclusion, on managing their credit, and how then they can actually grow their business with this kind of a product. Yeah. So as had been mentioned earlier, this product is really targeted to those Safaricom M-Pesa merchants. And currently in the country we have around 700,000 M-Pesa merchants, and we are targeting all of them. So we want to make sure that this product is available to the 700,000 merchants that are already actively operating and transacting on the M-Pesa platform. Importantly is the kind of limits that we are offering, because we understand these are business loans. So we are talking about limits of as low as 1,000 shillings to as high of 500,000 at initial stages. But as we see the uptake growing, we do believe that we can expand and extend the limits to 1 million shillings and above.
Na sisi kama sisi wakulima wadogo tunafurahia sana juu ile pesa inatupea, tunachukua hizo pesa, tunafanya kazi nayo, alafu tunarudishia, wanatuongezea loan, tunaweza jisaidia tu nayo. Ile time naenda kununua material, napata sina pesa ya kutosha, naingia tu kwa hiyo simu yangu ya Safaricom, na chukua hiyo loan, naenda nunua material. Ile time naenda kumwaga hizo material, customer wangu ananilipa alafu narudisha, wanaendelea kuniongezea loan, na mimi nafurahia sana. Kwa sasa naweza furahia sana kwa hii Safaricom na hii bank ya DTB. Wanasaidia wakulima sisi wadogo, kama sisi wakulima wadogo tunaweza kujisaidia na hiyo loan, tunaendelea tu mbele.